everyone, welcome to another online yoga club class. My name is Hannah. For those of you who don't know me, I teach a power style Vinyasa Flow. So today's flow is going to be a little bit of some power in the beginning to get nice and warmed up, and then we're going to get into some nice deep hip and hamstring stretches using that warmth that we've created. I'm not going to play any music during this video, but I will leave the link for my Spotify playlist in the description so you can check that out if you'd like. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let's make our way to child's pose, bringing our big toes to touch behind us, knees out nice and wide. We'll sink our hips back towards our heels as we walk our fingertips out nice and long until our forehead finds the mat. And we just start to settle in and settle down here. Taking a few nice deep breaths, really sinking our hips towards our heels and reaching our fingertips out just a little further. And then from here, I invite you to do a scan of your body from fingertips to toes. Notice how you're feeling today and where you're feeling it. And once you've taken that scan, bring your attention to the breath here. Don't change anything just yet. We're just acting as observers here, feeling, noticing the way the breath moves through the body. Maybe taking note of where we feel the breath swirling around and where we feel that it gets stuck. Just become aware of your natural pattern of breath. And then from here, still in our child's pose, we start to cultivate a powerful, active pattern of breath that we call Ujjayi breath, ocean's breath. Taking deep, even inhales and exhales through the nose. On the inhale, we fill the belly, fill the chest, fill the back body. Pause at the top. Exhale, go ahead and deflate just like a balloon. Continue to be powerful through this breath. Let it be audible. Let it ground you, connect you to the mat, to this time, this present moment. And whenever you feel lost in this yoga practice today, I invite you to come back to that breath. If you're breathing, you're doing yoga, everything else is just extra. So stay committed to that pattern of breath today. We'll take a few more breaths here in our child's pose. And then on our next inhale, we'll just pull ourselves forward to our tabletop, coming onto all fours with wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. We'll flow through a few rounds of cat-cow pose here. So on the inhale, we'll drop our belly, take our gaze up. On the exhale, we'll round the spine, look inward. Good, inhale, belly drops, gaze up. Exhale, spine rounds, look in. Continue to flow just like that at your own pace with your breath. Starting to connect movement with your inhales and your exhales. Good, on your next inhale, we'll find stillness. Find a nice flat back. Coming back into our tabletop. And then on our next inhale, we'll lift the right knee out towards the side here, so nice fire hydrant legs. We'll just pause, inhale. On an exhale, we're just gonna go ahead and start making some really big circles here. So knee out to the side, then down towards the wrist, in towards the other leg, and back out. Taking a few big circles in one direction. And then when next time we come to the top, we'll pause and switch directions. Moving whatever way feels good for you. And then once you feel that you've done an even amount in both directions, we'll return that knee down to the mat. Good. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift the left knee out towards the side, fire hydrant leg. Pausing here, flexing the foot. And then another inhale. Exhale, go ahead and start to make those nice big circles. Don't be afraid to exaggerate them. It's okay if it looks a little silly. It's just yoga. It's not so serious. Good. Next time you get to the top, pause and switch directions. And then once you feel you've done an equal number in both directions, we'll find our tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. From here, we'll go ahead and tuck the toes under. And we're gonna lift the hips nice and high to the sky. Find our very first downward facing dog. In our down dog, fingertips spread wide and claw into the mat, taking the strain off the wrists. The head and neck relax. The shoulders slide down the back away from the ears. Tailbone nice and high to the sky as we sink the heels down towards the mat. From here, go ahead and start to bring some movement into your down dog. Pedaling it out. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other. Again, moving in whichever way feels good. Good, then we'll pause, find stillness, find center. When you're ready, we'll inhale, lift that right leg nice and high to the sky here. Take another inhale. Exhale, go ahead and bend into the right knee. We're gonna stack our right hip over our left here. So keep that left heel anchoring down towards the mat. That right heel is gonna pull towards the left shoulder blade. Now you can start to bring some movement in, wiggling the toes, rolling the ankle. But keep stacking right hip over left. Good, inhale, right leg long. Exhale, release it to the mat. So we'll switch sides from here. So inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, fan open at the hip. So this time, left heel towards right shoulder blade. And again, maybe there's some movement here. Wiggling the toes, rolling the ankle. Good, inhale, leg long. Exhale, release it to the mat. Down dog. From here, we'll walk our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Feet about hips distance here, maybe even a little wider if it feels good. You can have a nice gentle bend in the knees here. We're gonna take on our rag doll, so maybe opposite hand comes to opposite elbow, or maybe the fingertips dangle. Either way, we let the head and neck hang heavy. We let the torso sway side to side. Good, let's inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release fingertips down towards the mat. We'll inhale, lift up halfway, find a nice flat back here. Gaze out in front of the mat. Hands rest on shins or thighs. Another inhale. Exhale, fold forward, fingertips to the mat. On the inhale, we'll slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rise all the way up. Bring your arms up on either side of the ears. Gaze goes up between the hands. Another inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center here. Eyes closed. We'll go ahead, root down through the feet as we grow tall through the crown of the head. Pausing here to reconnect with breath and to set an intention for our practice, choosing a word or a phrase that resonates with us that we would like to carry with us for the next hour or so. Good. Once you have that intention, we'll seal it in with a nice deep inhale. Exhale, release it to the universe. Eyes blink open, arms relax down by our sides. Good. Let's inhale, rise, reach, look all the way up. Exhale, we're going to fold all the way down. Inhale, find that nice flat back, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, rise, reach, look all the way up. Exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, find that nice flat back. Exhale, we're going to plant our hands at the top of the mat, step our feet back to our high plank. So high plank can look like one of two things. It can look like this, high on the toes, or we can drop the knees, untuck the toes. Be in high plank with our knees down, up to you. Wherever you are, take another inhale. Exhale, elbows hug into the rib cage. We lower to hover off the mat, low plank. Inhale, heart shifts forward. We come onto the tops of the feet. Toenails on the mat. Thighs can be lifted or they can rest. Either way, our collarbones spread east and west. Heart lifts to the sky. Take another inhale in your upward facing dog. Exhale, tailbone to the sky, downward facing dog. So we'll do those 4 movements a few times today. High plank, low plank, up dog, down dog. At any point, you can feel free to take them on your knees or to skip them all together and just come right to that down dog. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, bend the knees, load the hips, take the gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, find that nice flat back, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we'll rise, reach, look all the way up. Exhale, go ahead, dive all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Inhale to pause. Exhale, elbows hug in, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll flow like that one more time. Inhale, bend the knees, load the hips, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we rise, reach, look all the way up. Exhale, we dive all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Inhale to pause. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Good, so we'll move on and add on from here. So let's inhale, bend the knees, load the hips. Exhale, step or float to the top of the mat, feet come to touch. Good, inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll sweep the floor, rise into our chair pose. So in our chair, everything hugs in from big toes to thighs. We sink the hips nice and low, pull the belly button into the spine, tuck the tail under just a little bit. Good, fingertips reach for the sky, gaze out in front. Hold for another inhale. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back. High to low plank, up to down dog, your own pace. Beautiful. We'll all meet in that down dog. When you're ready, it's an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Ground that left foot down at the back of the mat on a 45-degree angle. On an inhale, we'll rise. Find your warrior one. So, in our warrior one, hips and shoulders shine straight ahead. That back pinky toe side of the foot is glued into the mat as we lunge nice and deep into that front hip. Gaze is slightly up. Sink a little lower for one more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, find your high plank, flow to your down dog. Once you get to that down dog, it's an inhale to lift the left leg high. Then exhale to step it forward between the hands. We'll ground the right foot down at that 45-degree angle. And inhale to rise. Find your warrior one. Good, sink a little deeper. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back high to low plank. We'll all meet in down dog. Beautiful. Flow like that again. So let's inhale, bend the knees, load the hips. Exhale, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, go ahead and fold. On the inhale, sweep the floor, find your chair. Take another inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, nice halfway lift here, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back. High to low plank, flow to your down dog. Good, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it forward. It's an inhale for our warrior one. Take another inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, flow. Good, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, warrior one. Another inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, flow. Beautiful. So we'll add on just a little bit from here. Inhale, bend the knees, load the hips. Exhale, step or float to the top, feet touch. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, find your chair. Another inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, flow high to low plank. Good, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it forward. We inhale to rise, warrior one. Take another inhale. Exhale, open, warrior two. So now, back foot spins down to be parallel with the back of the mat. Hips and shoulders shine out to the side, but we gaze out over that front middle finger. Deep bend in the front knee. Inhale, flip the right palm. Reach forward and out. Exhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back. That back hand can rest on the back thigh or come around for the front hip crease. Either way, keep the deep bend in your front knee. Gaze goes up at the hand. Another inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat, step back, high to low plank, flow to down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it forward. Ground the back foot. It's an inhale for warrior one. Another inhale. Exhale, open warrior two. Nice wide stance here. Excuse me. When you're ready, inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward and out, and exhale to reverse. Another inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back and flow. Good. Options here. Rest in down dog, rest in child's pose, or flow one more time on each leg, starting by inhaling the right leg high and exhaling to step it forward. You know where to go. We've been there before. But if you forget, you could always look at me or just make it up. Remembering that what we do to one side, we must do to the other. Keeping it even and equal. Beautiful. We'll all meet in our downward facing dog. Taking about 3 breaths for rest here. If you're in your child's pose, make your way to your down dog. And if you're flowing, try to start to wrap it up. Good, let's all be in down dog now. When you're ready, let's inhale the right leg nice and high to the sky. Exhale, pull the knee in towards your nose, cheetah pose. So we shift forward like high plank with that leg lifted. On your next inhale, kick it back out long. Good, exhale, right knee to right elbow, tap it. Beautiful, inhale, leg long. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, crisscross. Good, inhale, leg long. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah pose. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Ground that front foot down between the feet. We're gonna find a nice runner's lunge here. So you can keep your hands on the mat. Back heel is lifted high. Front foot is completely grounded. So we're gonna use our core to keep from dumping all of our weight into our fingertips here. But maybe it feels good to sort of rock forward and back a little. See what it feels like. Good. Let's find stillness. We're gonna plant our left hand firmly on the mat, walk it in towards center. And on an inhale, we're gonna open up for a nice easy twist. So right arm goes towards the sky, gaze floats up. We keep that back heel lifted. Beautiful, another inhale. Exhale the right hand down to the outside of the right foot. Find this runner's lunge. Take another inhale. Exhale, we're gonna shift the weight back, fold over that front leg. So we're in this funky sort of like tall half split. Folding over that front leg here. On the next inhale, we're gonna shift our weight back forward, lift the gaze, find that runner's lunge. Exhale, shift back, forward, fold. Good, inhale, we roll forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, shift it back. Good, do 2 more just like that. And we'll pause in this nice half split for a second. Maybe you inhale, lift halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Take 1 more breath here. And then on the next inhale, we'll roll forward, find that runner's lunge. We're gonna heel toe the right foot out to the right edge of the mat, bringing the right hand to the inside of the right foot. So both hands are on the inside of that foot here. So we're gonna set up for our lizard lunge. So there's lots of options here. You can stay right here. Maybe if you want it to be more stretch focused and less strength, you drop to the back knee, untuck the back toes. If you want to get even deeper, maybe you lower down on the forearms. So lots of options. You can be on palms or on forearms, back knee down, or back toes tucked and back knee lifted. Up to you. Wherever we are, we'll keep our gaze down towards our thumbs. And we'll just stay and breathe here for a few moments. If you have that back knee lifted, we're gonna shoot energy out of the back heel to keep the leg straight. Maybe if you feel good, you start to open up that front foot. So now just the pinky toe edge of the foot is on the mat and the sole of the foot is exposed. Turns it into a little more of a hip opener for these next few breaths. Take another inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna drop to the back knee if we're not there already. Untuck the toes. We're gonna come up onto palms, and then we're gonna walk that front foot over towards the left wrist. And then we're gonna release the right knee to the outside of the right wrist. We're setting up for our pigeon here. So maybe you scoot the left leg in towards the midline and out a little bit longer. And then we'll inhale to grow nice and tall. Exhale, fold over that front leg here. So if you practice with me regularly, you know this is a pose we normally do towards the end of class. But we're mixing it up a little bit today. Sort of building some heat, then taking it down a notch, kicking it back up for some more heat, taking it down a notch, sort of more of a roller coaster pattern than just one mountain pattern. From here, we'll start to walk back up onto palms. We're gonna tuck the back toes under, and we're just gonna lift our way nice and high to our three-legged down dog. Good, take another inhale. Exhale, release the right foot down to the mat. Go ahead and pedal it out. Take any movement that you need to shake that off. And then when you're ready, find stillness in your down dog. On the next inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, left knee to your nose, cheetah pose. Inhale, leg long. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, tap it. Inhale, leg long. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, crisscross. Inhale, leg long. Exhale, cheetah pose, knee to nose. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Release the foot between the hands. Find your nice runner's lunge here. So set it up so that front knee is stacked over the front ankle. And then maybe you start to rock it out a little. Sort of feel your way into this posture. And then we'll find stillness. We'll firmly plant that right palm on the mat on the inside of the left foot. When we're ready, we'll inhale the left arm to the sky, opening up in this nice easy twist. Gaze follows the top thumb. Another inhale. Exhale, release the left hand back to the mat, frame that front foot out. We'll stay here for just another breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift the weight back, fold over that front knee. So we'll stay here for a breath to get situated before we flow. Maybe you even lift the front toes up a little, see how that feels. Good, and then when you're ready, we'll inhale, roll forward to that lunge. Exhale, shift back, fold. Good, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, shift back. We'll do 4 more. At your own pace with your own breath. After your 4th pass, pause in this half split, really folding here. And then on the next inhale, we'll roll forward to that lunge. Walk both hands to the inside of the left foot and then heel toe the left foot out to the left edge. Go ahead and set up your lizard lunge, whatever that looks like. So you can be high on the back toes, down on the back knee, palms on the mat, or forearms on the mat, up to you. Take on whatever feels good. And just be prepared to settle in for a few moments, a few breaths. Maybe if it feels good for you, you open up that front foot so just the pinky toe side is on the mat, the sole is exposed for these final few breaths. Good, take another inhale. Exhale, release the back knee if you haven't already, untuck the toes. We'll come up on the palms. And then we'll heel toe the front foot across the mat so it's on the right edge. And then the left knee comes down towards the left wrist, setting up for a half pigeon. We'll inhale to grow tall. Exhale, fold over that front leg. And we just settle in and settle down. Good, a few more breaths here. We'll take another inhale. Exhale, start to walk the hands back in, coming up on the palms. Tuck the back toes under, and we're gonna press ourselves back to that three-legged down dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the leg. Pedal it out, let it go. Just shake it off here, do whatever you need to do to reset. And then we'll meet in our downward facing dog. On our next inhale, we'll roll forward to our high plank. We're gonna walk our right hand in under our face. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna open up to our side plank on the right. So right hand is down, right knee can be down, left hand is lifted, maybe left leg is lifted. For 3, for 2, for 1, high plank. Walk left hand in, take an inhale. Exhale, swivel towards the right, open up side plank. Again, left knee can be down. Maybe right leg lifts, whether your knee is down or not. For 3, for 2, for 1, high plank. Take an inhale, exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, from here, we'll inhale, bend the knees, load the hips. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat, bringing feet into touch. Nice forward fold here. Good, let's inhale, find a nice flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna sweep the floor, find our chair. Good. From here, we're gonna shift our weight into our left foot. Start to lift the right foot off the mat. We're gonna cross the right ankle over the left knee. Make this nice figure 4 shape. Sink into, bend into that left knee. Gaze out in front. You can bring your hands to heart center if you need to. And then we've got some options. You can stay here. Maybe you try to take on a forward fold, straightening the left knee and folding over your figure 4. If an arm balance is something you're working on, maybe you come down to the mat, hands to the mat, hook the right knee around the right elbow, right toes hook around the left elbow. We lift forward, shift forward, maybe the back foot lifts, and we float. Find where you need to be for the next 3 breaths or so. Good. Wherever you are, start to release. We'll all meet in a forward fold at the top of our mat. Just shake that off, let it go. We'll take our peace sign fingers, first 2 fingers, wrap them like hooks around our big toes here. We'll inhale, lengthen the spine, find a nice flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Keeping that bind around the big toes. Feeling the toes press down on the fingers. The fingers pull up on the toes. Maybe your knees are bent and you work to straighten them. Or if they're already straight, maybe you work on pulling your elbows back behind you. Take another inhale. Exhale, release your bind. We'll heel toe our feet out nice and wide, so mat's distance here. Big toes off the mat, heels on the mat. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, sink the hips nice and low. Find your yoga squat, malasana. If you can, both feet firmly on the mat here. We use our elbows to gently press the knees open. And we try to sit up nice and tall, so our tailbone sinks down, the crown of the head goes up. If you need to, you can be leaning forward a little bit more, but you should still have a straight line from the crown of your head through your tail. We'll just stay and breathe here for 3 more breaths. Final inhale. Exhale, release, come back up, forward fold. Shake it off, let it go. Beautiful. We'll heel toe the feet all the way back into touch. Go ahead, inhale, lift halfway, find that flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, sweep the floor, find your chair. Good. From here, ground into that right foot. Start to lift the left foot up. Left ankle crosses over right thigh, figure 4 chair. Again, sinking the hips nice and low, crown of the head towards the sky. Maybe if you need to, you bring hands into heart center. So you can stay here. You can lengthen towards the mat, find a nice forward fold as you start to straighten the right leg. Or maybe you take on this arm balance, bringing hands to the mat, hooking left toes around right arm. The left upper arm becomes a shelf for the left knee. We look forward, lean forward, maybe we lift. Find a place where you can be for a few breaths, whatever that looks like for you. Take one more nice deep breath here. Final inhale. Exhale, everyone release, make your way to a nice forward fold. So you can shake that off, let it go. So from here, you can take another yogi toe lock like we just did, or I'll recommend a gorilla pose where you bend your knees a lot to walk your hands under your feet until toes touch wrists. Once we're there, we'll inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Good, final nice deep inhale here. Exhale, release your binds, just normal forward fold here. We'll heel toe our feet back out nice and wide, so toes off the mat, heels on. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink the hips nice and low. Second set, Malasana Yoga Squat. Now you can stay here in your Malasana Yoga Squat, or maybe if you're new to arm balances and you'd like to try one out, this is a good one for you to try. We're gonna move into crow pose. For crow pose, hands come down to the mat, shoulder distance apart. Feet come in till they're almost touching. Knees go up high on the upper arms, almost like we're putting our knees into our armpits. We start to come up high on the toes, look forward, lean forward. Maybe 5 toes float, maybe all 10. Keep looking forward, leaning forward. For 3, for 2, for 1, let's all find a forward fold release. Go ahead, shake it out. If you've come away from the top of your mat, we'll step back up. I'm gonna move back to the center so you guys can see me. But take this minute to release, let go, maybe ragdoll it out. Good. And then we'll just find center release, forward fold. On the next inhale, we'll slowly roll all the way up to standing. From here, we're gonna move into our standing balancing series. So find your Tadasana, standing nice and tall at the top of the mat. Feet ground into the mat about hips distance apart. Crown of the head reaches for the sky. We're gonna start with our tree pose. So ground down into the left foot, and we're gonna find a spot on the left leg for the right foot to rest. Maybe on the ankle, you've got a little kickstand. Maybe on the shin, maybe all the way up to the inner thigh. Please do not put your foot on the side of your knee. We're gonna open that right knee out so it points out to the side. And then we're gonna find a nice steady place where we can stand, finding one non-moving point to focus our gaze, our drishti. And then we'll take on any arm variation that feels good for us. Whatever your branches would look like if you were a tree. Another nice deep inhale. Exhale, release, let it go, shake it off. We'll switch sides from here. So ground down into that right foot, find a spot on the right leg for the left foot to rest. Ankle, shin, all the way up in the thigh, up to you. Then go ahead, open that left knee so it points out towards the side. Find a place to focus your drishti, steady, non-moving point. And then take on any arm expression that feels good to you. Another nice deep inhale. Exhale, release, shake it off, let it go. Good, so another standing balance pose here. Go ahead, ground down into the left foot. We're gonna inhale, pull the right knee in towards the chest. Exhale, we're gonna kick the right leg out long behind us. Torso starts to come forward, airplane pose. So arms out long by the sides, palms face down. All 5 back toes point down towards the earth, so the back hip tucks in. Good, bring your hands to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold over your standing leg, standing split. So nose towards your knee, kick that back leg up as high as you can. Keep kicking up, kicking for 5, 4, 3, 2, final inhale, exhale, release, forward fold. Good, we'll inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach, look all the way up, tall Tadasana. Good, exhale, hands through heart center, release down by the sides. So, switching sides here. We'll ground down into that left leg. Inhale, pull. Ground into your right leg. Inhale, pull left knee into your chest. Flex that foot. Exhale, start to kick it back behind you. Lean forward. Airplane pose. All 5 toes down towards the earth, palms facing down. We've got this sort of upward facing dog pose in our chest. Good, hands into heart center, inhale. Exhale, fold, nose towards your knee, back leg kicks up. Standing split here. Kicking as high as you can for 5. Keep your nose towards your knee, foot kicking up for 4. Fold a little deeper, 3. Kick a little higher, 2. Final inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. Let it go. Good, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, reach, look all the way up, tall Tadasana. Exhale, dive all the way down, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high to low plank, flow to your down dog. Good, once you find that down dog, inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, kick it forward between the hands. We're gonna inhale, rise to our crescent lunge. So back heel is high, hips and shoulders shine forward, growing tall through the crown of the head. Another inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper into this lunge. Inhale. Exhale, slowly drop to the back knee, untouch the toes. Kneeling crescent. Take another inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Final inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. We're gonna take an inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna shift our hips back so they're in line with the back knee. Flexing the front toes towards our face, half split. You can inhale, lengthen the torso. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Or if full split is something that you are working on, you can try to get there from here. Sliding your front foot out, your back knee back. We'll stay for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, final inhale. Exhale, slowly pull that front foot back in, returning the foot fully to the mat. We're gonna place our palms flat on the earth, frame that front foot, kick up onto the back toes, and we're gonna kick the front foot back, high plank. Go ahead and flow through to your down dog. Good. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. We'll inhale to rise, crescent lunge. So sinking nice and deep into that front knee. Front knee stacks over front ankle. We're sinking nice and low, growing nice and tall. Back heel lifted high. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Take another inhale. Exhale, release the back knee, untuck the toes. And we're gonna push our hips slightly forward to get a little deeper into this kneeling lunge. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. We'll inhale again. Exhale, shift the hips back, front foot flexes, toes towards the face. Half split. You can inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Maybe walking fingertips out. Or maybe, if you're working on full split, now is your chance to try it on. for 5, 4, 3, 2, last inhale. Exhale, slowly pull that front foot in, ground it back onto the mat. We'll ground the hands on either side of the front foot, pop up onto back toes. Go ahead, step back, high to low plank, flow here. We'll all find our downward facing dog. Take another inhale here. We're gonna exhale, lower knees onto the mat, then swing our feet out to the side. We're gonna make our way to seated with our legs out long in front of us. I'm gonna turn towards the camera so you can see me. Good. So we'll sit up nice and tall. From here, we'll pull our left foot in and plant it on the right thigh, making this P shape here. And your right leg can be out sort of at a diagonal. We'll inhale to grow tall. Exhale, shift so your hips face over that right leg. Good, let's inhale, rise, reach, look up. Exhale, fold over that front foot. So maybe your hands rest on your shins. Maybe they come to that foot. Maybe they wrap around. Either way, you can let your head and neck relax. Just melt into this forward fold here. Good, take one final breath here. Then we'll inhale, slowly come back up to seated. So from here, we're gonna pick up that right leg, bring it into our arms here, bringing our arms underneath of that right shin so hands come up, and then we're just gonna rock our leg like a baby here. And this feels weird, I know that it does. But it's a great hip opener for the challenge pose that we have next. So just rock it out, maybe rock it up, rock it down, side to side. You can feel that stretch. Good. And then from here, we'll come back to center. So from here, we're gonna start to bring that right knee up over our shoulder. So maybe you don't get really close. Maybe you're here, that's okay. Be where you are today. But we're gonna try to put that right knee onto our right shoulder, wear our leg like a backpack. We're gonna grab onto the outside of the right foot with the left hand. The right hand is gonna come down towards the mat through that knee. Then you can stay here, or if that feels good, you can start to straighten that right leg, kick it through, straightening, straightening. Maybe you take your gaze out under the left armpit for compass pose. So you've got a few breaths here to play around. And maybe you're just here. That's great. This is a great place to be. Be where you are today. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release your compass. We'll take the legs out long. Go ahead, bounce them up and down, shake them out. Let it go. And then we'll find stillness. We'll take the left leg out nice and long. Bend the right knee in so the right foot rests on the left thigh, making that sort of P shape. We're gonna turn our hips to be over that left leg. We're gonna inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Just melt here. Take one final breath. And then on the next inhale, slowly rise back up. Again, we're gonna pull this left leg in towards our chest. Wrap our arms underneath the shin and go ahead, rock it out. Just like a baby here. In whatever way feels good. You know, forward and back, side to side, up and down. Rock it out. And now this side is going to look different for you. It's going to look different for me. It's okay, it's completely human to be a little bit lopsided. We're just gonna be where we are today, focusing on making progress, not on being perfect. So when you're ready, you can start to shift that left knee up over the left shoulder like we're gonna put it on like a backpack. Then the right hand's gonna grab onto the outside of the left foot. Left hand comes down to the mat. We start to kick, maybe that leg straightens. Maybe we readjust. And maybe your gaze can come out under the right armpit. Find your compass pose. Playing around for a few more breaths. Final inhale. Exhale, release it, let it go. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, the knees out nice and wide for a shoe cobbler's pose here. You can use your thumbs to open the soles of your feet like a book. We'll inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, just fold over your feet here. Maybe you use your elbows to gently press the thighs down, or maybe it feels good to fold all the way, walking the fingertips out long away from the toes. Whatever feels good for you today. Take one more breath here. Then on the next inhale, slowly we'll rise back up. Go ahead, take your legs out nice and long. We're gonna inhale, take our arms out by our sides, palms face up. Go ahead, gaze at your feet here, take an inhale. Exhale as slow as you can, we're gonna lower down onto our back. Slow, 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 looking at the feet, rolling down 1 centimeter at a time. Fingertips reach towards the feet as we keep rolling, rolling, rolling until we're finally fully on the earth. And then we'll pull the knees into the chest, take a couple rocks, forward and backwards, side to side, whatever feels good here. Maybe if you're outside like me, you can take your gaze up towards the clouds, or maybe you close your eyes, up to you. And then we'll release the legs, taking the soles of the feet to plant on the mat. The heels are in nice and close to the tailbone. We can touch the heels with our fingertips. Knees point straight up. We're gonna take some bridge poses here. So we'll keep the hands, palms facing down by our sides. Take your gaze straight up. On an inhale, we're gonna lift our hips to the sky. From here, we're gonna roll the shoulder blades under the back. Maybe we interlace hands behind us. Keep lifting the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, gently lower down. We're gonna take 2 more sets here, and each time we're gonna lift one leg straight to the sky. So when you're ready, ground down through both feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Roll the shoulder blades under, interlace the fingertips if that's where you're going. And then on the next inhale, we'll lift the right leg high to the sky. Keep lifting the hips, kicking through that right foot. For 3, for 2, gently lower that right leg and then lower your hips to the mat. We've got one last set here, one last opportunity. So when you're ready, go ahead and set up, grounding into both feet. Inhaling to lift the hips, rolling shoulder blades under. And then on an inhale, we'll lift the left leg nice and high. Flexing that foot. for 3, for 2. Gently lower that left leg down. Keep your hips lifted. One more inhale. Exhale, release down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Take the knees out wide. Butterfly your legs. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. Let your spine return to neutral alignment. From here, we'll slowly pull the knees into the chest. We'll take a happy baby here, so bring the hands to the outsides of the feet, and then kick those soles of the feet towards the sky, so the knees come in towards the armpits. Maybe you rock a little bit side to side, letting everything go. Good. From here, we'll release the feet, bringing the feet to the edges of the mat. So right foot, right edge, left foot, left edge. You can knock the knees together. And then maybe windshield wiper the knees side to side. Good, let's find center, find stillness. So feet out at the edges of the mat, knees pointing straight up to the sky. We'll take our arms out to a T. We'll inhale. Exhale, we'll drop both knees towards the right side and take our gaze out towards the left. Good, inhale, come back to center, and exhale, switch sides. So knees left, gaze right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, we'll pull the knees in towards the chest. Take a couple rocks side to side, forward and back. And then we'll pull the knees in nice and tight towards the chest, pulling the head up to meet the knees so the nose is just about touching them. Take one final deep, deep, deep inhale. One more sip of air. Exhale, release everything out. Let your legs flop out long, feet fall open. Arms are long by our sides, palms facing up, ready to receive. Eyes are closed. Breath returns to its normal pattern. Shavasana, final rest, final relaxation. There is nothing left to fix and nothing left to do, because you do enough, you have enough, and you are enough just the way you are. can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need to. But whenever you feel that your practice is complete, I invite you to gently start to bring some movement into your body, taking a few deep breaths, wiggling your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists and your ankles. Maybe it feels good to stretch your arms out long overhead and point your toes, taking a great big good morning stretch like you just woke up. And then when you feel that you've come back into awareness, you can release that good morning stretch. Bring your hands to heart center so your thumbs rest on your sternum. We pause for a moment of gratitude to be thankful for the ability to share this time, this space, and this wonderful practice with one another, even though we may be far apart. Even from a distance, the light within me honors, reflects, and loves the same light that shines so brightly within each and every one of you. In sharing this light, we are all always connected. Namaste.